Are you considering participating in a medical clinical trial, but don't know what to expect? In this video, you'll learn everything you need to know so that you can make an informed decision about whether a clinical trial is right for you. If you or someone you know are interested in learning about clinical trials in your area that you may qualify for, click the link in the video description and visit studyscavenger.com. Many people are intimidated by the prospect of participating in a medical clinical trial, especially if they are new to the process. This video will provide a comprehensive overview of the process and help individuals make an informed decision about whether a clinical trial is right for them. It will provide a breakdown of each phase of the process and offer guidance on how to make the best decision. Clinical trials are research studies in which people volunteer to test new medical treatments or interventions. Clinical trials help researchers and healthcare professionals determine if a treatment, such as a drug or device, is both safe and effective for humans. The results of clinical trials are used to evaluate the effectiveness of new treatments and therapies and can lead to changes in medical practice. People with diseases may participate in clinical trials to receive access to experimental therapies that may be more effective than existing treatments, or they may volunteer simply because they want to contribute to science and help others who have the same condition. Without volunteers, many advances in medicine would not be possible. There are many benefits of participating in a clinical trial. Clinical trial volunteers often receive close medical attention from the research team and regular feedback on their condition. In some cases, participants also benefit financially as they are provided with compensation for their time or travel expenses associated with the study. As with any medical procedure, there are risks associated with participating in a clinical trial. The risks of participating in a clinical trial vary, depending on the type of study and conditions that are being tested. Potential risks may include experiencing side effects from experimental treatments, feeling uncomfortable during medical tests or procedures, and even psychological distress resulting from having to make difficult decisions about participating in a trial. Please discuss any desire to participate in a clinical trial with your healthcare professionals and loved ones. Who is qualified to participate in a clinical trial? All volunteers are evaluated for inclusion in a study based on their medical history and the criteria established by researchers. People may be disqualified if they have a condition that would make them ineligible, such as certain allergies or pre-existing medical conditions. Clinical trials typically involve a variety of tests and procedures, such as physical exams, lab testing, questionnaires, imaging tests, and biopsies. Depending on the type of trial, participants may be required to take medications or undergo treatments according to a set schedule. How long does a clinical trial last and what happens at the end? The length of a clinical trial may vary depending on the type of study and the number of participants. Typically, Phase 1 trials last a few weeks to months, Phase 2 trials last months, and Phase 3 trials can last a few months to years. At the end of the trial, researchers will analyze data to determine whether or not the treatment tested is safe and effective. Participants are typically notified about the results as soon as possible after they have been determined. This, however, sometimes can take years for the full data set to be analyzed. Before entering a clinical trial, people should ask the research team about any potential risks and discuss them carefully. They should also be sure to get informed consent documents from the research team and make sure their privacy is respected throughout the trial. Before signing the informed consent, you have the right to review the document with your healthcare professionals and loved ones. Participants can expect compassionate care and support from the research doctors, nurses, and other study team personnel. The research team will be available to answer questions and provide feedback throughout the trial period. Sometimes, at the end of a clinical trial, the analyzed results are reported in medical journals or other publications. Depending on the outcome of the trial, participants may be given access to experimental therapies that are not available on the open market. For those who wish to continue participating in research studies, it is important to keep up to date with advances in medical technology and treatments by reading relevant literature and staying informed about upcoming trials in your area. It is important to make sure you are participating in a legitimate research study. To do this, you should check with your doctor to ensure that the study is reputable and approved by the appropriate regulatory boards. You can also search online for clinical trials that may be relevant to your condition. Study Scavengers is a platform that can help match you with available clinical trials that you may qualify for in your area. Be sure to click the link in the video description. In conclusion, clinical trials are an important and necessary part of medical research. Participating in a clinical trial can help advance science and medicine, potentially enable access to experimental treatments, and provide close medical attention. Most importantly, Clinical trial volunteers can help ensure the safety and efficacy of new treatments and therapies. To ensure your safety and privacy, it is important to ask the research team questions about the risks listed in the consent documents. With the right information and support, clinical trial participation can be a rewarding and beneficial experience. If you or someone you know are interested in learning about clinical trials in your area that you may qualify for, click the link in the video description and visit studyscavenger.com. To stay informed about clinical trials for a wide variety of conditions and ailments, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you are alerted when new content is added.